which can then mess with your chemistry of your team and your flow and your efficiency and all the things that you need to get done. And then when you get to the results, there's finger pointing going on. Well, he didn't get he slept over an hour or whatever it may be.
Yeah, take your pick. The other thing that gets interesting in those discussions, and usually at a class you'll see this, somebody has the pit or the pits, somebody has the trailer. So, like, not everybody is bringing the same stuff to the table. And so sometimes you get people that maybe should be the leader because maybe they're the most organized, but because they're not bringing the cooker or they're not bringing X, they feel like they shouldn't lead. And so you've got the person that maybe brings the pit who doesn't know how to cook on it very well. And I've seen that too, where it's like, let this person run the show and you'll be in a better spot.
Right. Well, and that's where the problems create right there. So now you've got tension, you've got finger pointing, you got all these things versus a solo team. Because I get asked all the time, what, Ferg, you're cooking solo? Yeah, I'm cooking solo. I mean, my wife goes with me, my mom goes with me, and they all know their role. And I know that while most people that sounds bad, but the cool thing about that is when that person knows what their role is, that allows me as the leader, whoever it may be, as the pitmaster, to do what they do best, right? And that's run the cook. And when you have that one person in control of all of those items, it's a lot less likely for things to go wrong or things to be forgotten or whatever it may be.
I typically, I wouldn't say I cook solo. Kim and I cook, and what I always like to say is I'm the framer, she's the finisher.
I like that.
Right?
Yeah.
So and that's how we work around each other, and we have a flow in the trailer. But I definitely don't want to do it without her. Like, my cook is off if I'm having to manage some of the little detailed things that she usually manages.
Correct.
Like, I'm great at getting the trailer there. I'm great at getting the pits level and cleaned out and plugged in. I am not great at getting the right spices into the cabinets where I expect them to be.
Yeah.
So then when I get there and the tub isn't set up right, my finisher does. She puts everything in the right spot so that when I walk in, it's zen
right
time. It's zen time.
Yeah, and that's what Marcy does too, and my mom. I mean, they have things ready for me when I need them. It's like, scalpel, and boom, it's right there, ready for me, Yeah, and when I'm cooking solo, like I have the last couple of weeks, it's that does it creates more work for me. But I guess that whole psychology of cooking by yourself versus having 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, some teams have up to 8 people, you know what I mean? And you have to manage all that when you're trying to actually win a contest and you're managing a whole group of people. And so I just think it's a very interesting topic for people that are getting into competition barbecue. If you're thinking about doing that, we've got a bunch of friends, we want to get together and make a team. Just think about all of those different things you want to consider when you're doing that and how you're gonna frame that, how that's gonna look when you actually show up. Because when you actually show up, boots on the ground, it's a totally different story.
And the key is have a leader, have a role, and that is the right way to do that. Well, we want to thank David Gafford again for joining us today. Check him out and subscribe to his content at thebarbecuelab.com. And don't forget to head on over to atbbq.com. Pick up some of our sauce of the month, Plowboy's Hothead Barbecue Sauce. We'd like to thank you all for joining us. For T-Bone, Fergie, and myself, thanks for listening, and we will keep the pits lit until next time here on Barbecue Radio Network.
Holstein Manufacturing.
You have a better recipe for when you grill. Better ingredients, better cuts of meat, and because you're using a grill from Holstein Manufacturing, well, a better grill. You take grilling seriously, and at Holstein Manufacturing, we make a serious grill. Find your new grill now at HolsteinMFG.com.
We build a grill. Holstein Manufacturing.
Holstein Manufacturing, we build the grill.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
Stop. That dog does not want to be petted.
A heads up before something bad happens.
You should not send that text.
Uh-oh. Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes, you can reverse prediabetes and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. To learn your risk, take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Throwback.
I remember.
Yes.
Northeast Oklahoma, or the entire state of Kansas, then MyTown Media's got you covered with 17 radio stations of all different formats, including country, today's hits, top 40s, classic rock, news talk, sports talk, and more. You have an impactful message that the world needs to hear, and these formats attract listeners. Visit mytown-media.com and fill out the Contact Us form.
Today, partly sunny with a light breeze and a high of 68. Tonight, partly cloudy with a 40% chance of scattered showers with a low of 43. And tomorrow, sunny with a high of 72. Weather this hour is brought to you by Big Smoke. Step outside the barbecue box and try Big Smoke's Reuben, Smoked Turkey Club, or Prime Rib Sandwich. It's just really good barbecue. With MyTown Media Weather, I'm Nicole Howard.
Looking for a great career opportunity? Want to go back to school, but you're not sure how to pay for it? The Holiday Inn Express in Hayes is hiring for multiple positions, including full or part-time housekeeping. Experience is not necessary for any position. The Holiday Inn Express offers a full benefits package, including competitive wages, bonus programs, and tuition incentives. Must be 14 years of age or older to apply. Apply today at the Holiday Inn Express, north of I-70 in Hayes.
Every great sandwich should start with a great bread, which is why Mrs. Baird's puts as much care and pride into baking wholesome and delicious breads as you put into every sandwich. From toasted whole grains to natural honey and molasses, Mrs. Baird's breads are made from only the best stuff to fuel you and your family. So whether it's PB&J on whole grain white or turkey and Swiss on honey 7 grain.